Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. I woke up like this, deep divers, all magical and fly. How you feeling today? Let's breathe. Whoa, breathing, getting that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency. I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration. I feel so much better now. Deep divers, sending you a wave of good ass energy. The cat down the road said, you feel fantastic. Fantastic. Look, let me say a big shout out to everybody out there who's joined the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart Deep Divers. Click the link down below and be inspired. And go and get the brand new book, Deep Divers. Feel Alive 2, Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. Now available on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Click the link down below, Deep Divers. You're going to love it. 10 years in the making, 500 pages. The Bible of becoming your greatest version, Deep Divers. Check it out. Now, let's talk about past lives, Deep Divers, okay? I'm literally walking with a friend and she's like, okay, what do you think about past lives? And I'm like, I remember my past life. Do you? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? How to remember your past lives, Deep Divers. Let's talk about it. Let's also talk about things they're not telling you about past lives. This is so important. This information right here, Deep Divers, gonna blow your mind. And inspire you at the same time. Hit that like button right now if you support the real. Deep Divers, smash that like button right now if you support the real, because we got a whole lot to talk about. Look, if you are watching this video with your feet up and a cat down the road by your side, this is your confirmation that the universe has so much great things in store for you this year. If you're ready to receive it, just say thank you. Now, Deep Divers, have you ever got a feeling that you've been here before? Have you ever had a feeling that you've lived many lives? Okay, a lot of people are kind of feeling that way. Really? Yeah. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? How can we remember our past lives, Deep Divers? Let's talk about this. This is a fascinating topic. Let's also talk about things they're not telling you about past lives. Now, the truth is, Deep Divers, there's people who feel that we only live once. Okay, so you got things in society, YOLO, right? You only live once. And that really shapes who you become. It shapes everything you do in this lifetime. If you feel that this is the only life, Deep Divers, then nothing matters at all. Then nothing matters at all. Nothing matters, right? And this is the reason why a lot of people, they do crazy things, terrible things, strange things, weird things, things that they have no conscience in doing, because they think that this is the only life we live and there are no consequences for our actions. Well, you see, the ancients had a whole different view. They realized that we have been living in a continuum and there is only the eternal now. Okay, the ancients talked about the eternal now being that it's a never-ending universe. My granny used to tell me that, Deep Divers. Ralph, it's a never-ending world. Really, Granny? Really, Granny? Yes. Okay. It just keeps going, Deep Divers. Even scientists tell you the universe is expanding. It's not getting smaller. It's just growing and growing and growing. And we don't really know how long it's been here. All we know is that we're here. And a lot of people remind themselves and remember that they've been here before. Even in Greece, they talked of this concept of reincarnation. In ancient Egypt, they talked of this concept of reincarnation. They talked of the Kaaba, the spirit body, the Merkaba. We're traveling through time and space in these vehicles. Your body is a vehicle, deep divers. Take care of it. I said your body is a vehicle, deep divers. Take care of it. So when I realized that I'm not just this flesh body, this is how I started to remember my past lives. Like, okay, I'm not just this handsome guy making YouTube videos. I'm the spirit inhabiting this vehicle. And with the state of the world right now, deep divers, a lot of people are kind of tuning out of the matrix because a lot of people are starting to wake up. The Great Awakening is unfolding. And a lot of people are going to Ethiopia, Peru. They're going to places in the world that have a lot of indigenous wisdom. And they're going on these soul adventures, these soul trips, and they're rediscovering the journeys that their soul has been on before. It's fascinating. You see, we've lived many lives. That's what I realized. I've lived many lives, deep divers. It was an epiphany moment. Because you see, I always knew that I was here to do something big. And this is how you remember your past lives. Whenever you say, okay, I feel like I'm an old soul. I feel like I'm older than my years, even though I look really young. Have you ever felt that way, deep divers? Like you're 21, but you feel like you're 55 because your mind is like huge. It's like the Library of Alexandria, right? It's got so much information there. And this is how we really start to remind ourselves of our past lives. It's what we call incoming information, the information we're incarnating with. How come someone gravitates to the piano? How come someone gravitates to fashion, to architecture, to science, to mathematics, to plumbing, to acting? You see, this is how we remember our past lives. It's all about what we have an affinity to. So, story time. From a young child, deep divers, I always had this voice inside of me telling me that I was here to start raising the frequency. I was here to start raising the vibration. I was here to help people become their greatest versions. And I remember being at school and thinking I can just talk to people without fear because this is what I'm here to do. I just knew it. And we're still here. You see, to remember your past lives, take a look at your purpose. Take a look at your mission statement. Take a look at what you're doing right now. That's going to be a clue to what you were doing before. Slow motion this side. There's no escape. There is no escape. Once you incarnate, that's it. There's no escape in this lifetime. Because a lot of people think they can just check out and that's it. No, your soul is going to return and you're going to take off from where you left off. What? Slow motion this side. You're going to take off from where you left off. And that's the reason why even Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher, emperor, what he said is fascinating. I used to get inspired by Meditations, one of his works. He said, what we do now echoes on into eternity. So even back then, they've always known that we have lived many lives. And whatever we're doing now will echo on into eternity. When you remind yourself, deep divers, there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on every single beach on the planet, than there are every single word that's been ever uttered by every single human being. There are more stars than every single word that has been uttered by every single human being. What? there are more stars out there than every single word ever spoken by every single human being on the planet. That's crazy. So it's fascinating because I always look at it like this. We were born, and then people say we die. But I'm a Pisces. I'm intuitive. When I look at people, I'm like, that's an old soul. When I look at people, I'm like, how come they're like this? Where did they learn that from? Where did they learn this behavior from? And my intuition tells me that we're all returning. Souls are constantly incarnating, reincarnating, coming back to learn certain lessons, because I see this whole planet, deep divers, as a university. That's why it's called the universe, right? It's a university. We're here to learn. Planet Earth, in my mind, is a school, and we're all enrolling in different classes. Our soul is here to learn. That's the reason why you see so much effed up stuff, crazy stuff happening in the world out there, because this Earth planet is a university, and souls come here to learn. Now, in Buddhism, they say, okay, you want to leave the wheel of reincarnation and enter nirvana, right? So you've got ascended masters who've come back just to help humanity raise the frequency and raise the vibration. However, the majority of people are returning because they have to learn certain lessons. They have to learn certain lessons, and they're going to continue coming back until they've learned and until their soul is ready to go to the next level. And I find it fascinating because when I want to remember my past life, it always takes me back. It always takes me back to ancient Egypt. Do you know, deep divers? Check out the username on this channel. It's YouTube/Kemet Prince 1. So if you don't know, a lot of you might have just stumbled across this video today, but I used to go by the name of Kemet Prince 1. Egypt, the original name is Kemet, right? And I've been to Egypt twice, been in the pyramids. Even my mom has been and walked on the pyramids when she was younger. I got an affinity to that kind of area. Always fascinated by how they were able to build such monumental monuments, right? We still don't know how they did it. But this is a clue to your past lives, deep divers. When you are drawn to a certain location, when you are drawn to a certain culture, you got some people who are born in one location, and from a young age, they travel somewhere else, and they feel so much more connected to that space, to that place that's thousands of miles away. And that's a clue to your past life, because chances are you were probably there doing a little samba, baby, right? How to remember your past lives. The people you are meeting today. The people that you are meeting today, the people that are in your space, because once again, your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Take a look at deep divers. Take a look at the people that you feel an affinity towards. These are your people. The people that you connect with, real recognize real. And that's a clue to your past life. If you're someone who can't fake it, you can't be superficial, you're all about the real. You're all about speaking truth to power. You're all about lifting up the veil, helping humanity awaken, which I know a lot of you are. That's a clue that in your past life, you were a light worker. In your past life, you were here doing the same thing, and you're just carrying on tradition. You are just carrying on tradition. Slow motion this side. Your past lives, the birthmark on your butt, deep divers. Let's talk about it. Okay, certain people have birthmarks. Certain people have different marks on their body. These are all clues to your past life. There have been studies, numerous studies on past lives, and they show that a lot of people with certain marks on their body, they can remember certain experiences which they have never even lived in this incarnation. So out of the place memories is how we remember our past lives. Ever kind of just been wandering around and a thought pops in your head, deep divers, you're like, where did that come from? Right? So anytime you get these out of the place memories, also deja vus, you go somewhere, you're like, wait a second. I've been here before. That's how to remember your past lives, okay? When there's a deep familiarity with when you go to certain places, you're around certain people, everything feels so vivid, like I've lived this before. I remember this. Deep divers, how to remember your past lives. What's really helped me along my journey is to remind myself this, that the dreams we have are actually stories of the lives we've lived. What? Slow motion this side. A dream is not just a dream. You see, the ancients knew that when you go to bed, you're waking up. When you wake up, you're going to sleep. That's the reason why the dream world is actually even more powerful than the waking world. Because in the dream world, your soul is free, it's traveling, it's astral traveling. And a lot of people, they start to remind themselves of what they were doing before this current incarnation in their dream world. I always tell you, deep divers, get a dream journal. Write down your dreams, because your dreams aren't random. They hold clues to your past lives. How to remember your past lives, deep divers. What's really helped me along my journey is to remind myself this. The people that you are meeting right now, you're here to learn from them. They're here to teach you. And it shows a lot about your own personality. You see, you have certain people who are very calm. People say, Ralph, gosh, you're so calm. That's because in my past lives, deep divers, someone was pissing me off. I had to learn calmness, right? That's why I'm so calm this lifetime. Right? So a lot of the things you've mastered right now is because of what you were doing before. Someone who is 11, a gymnast, how come she's able to perform this wonderful act? Did she just learn that? No, it's encoded in her DNA. She's been doing that for lifetimes. That's why it becomes so easy. And that's why I always tell you, your gifts and talents are not by accident. Your gifts and talents are actually showing you a connection to your past lives. And that's the reason why the more you use them, the more they begin to serve you and you carry them into the next world. You see, when you dive deeper, deep divers, you realize that there is no ending. There's no getting out of this universe. Everything is just going round and around. That's why I always say we got all the time in the world. Say it with me, deep divers. We got all the time in the world. Take your time, take your shoes off, make yourself a cup of tea. Because to remember your past lives, remind yourself there is no ending. There is no beginning. Like the ancients said, there's only the eternal now. So it's all about reminding yourself that actually you've always been who you've always been. That's why they say, I am that I am. And it's fascinating. When you remind yourself there are people who do certain deeds and they think they can get away. But you see, there's a law of cause and effect. Every action has a reaction. Everything we do now echoes on into eternity. You might say, okay, I'm just going to drink and forget about my problems, but that's going to follow you into the next life. And that's the reason why when you remind yourself everything is connected, this helps us to become our greatest version. What we're going through right now is not random. Who you are right now is not random. The level of consciousness you have right now is not random. It's all because of the work you've been doing on yourself, which it's like storing up brownie points. And you carry this into the next life, the next incarnation. Just as if you fall off and you're not working on yourself, you also carry this energy into the next lifetime. I wrote down this, deep divers. When you realize souls are continually reincarnating, because we are all energy and the universe is recycling everything, and everything is being reborn in new forms. Slow motion this side. When you realize souls are continually reincarnating, because we are all energy and the universe is recycling everything, and everything is being reborn in new forms. It's crazy, deep divers, because the word nerd, the acronym, actually means no one ever really dies. We know that energy can never be destroyed or transferred. It can never be destroyed. It can only be transferred, okay? We know that energy can never be destroyed. Energy can only be transferred. And this is how you know that we are constantly coming back. We have past lives. We have been here before. And it's up to us to remind ourselves of who we were so we can become the next best version of ourselves. That's why I encourage you, deep divers, have a dream journal. Tap into who you were before this version of yourself so you can go to the next version of yourself. Because there's a reason why you're doing what you're doing. And your past lives hold important clues to help you go to the next level. Isn't it exciting, deep divers? Isn't it exciting? It's so exciting. Look, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you join the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart Deep Divers. Click the link down below and be inspired. And go and get the brand new book, Feel Alive 2. Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version. Now available on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Click the link down below, deep divers. 500 pages, 10 years in the making. You're going to love it. And go and get the Good Ass Prana shirts. All new designs you're going to love for men, women, children, even cats down the road at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing? You want to model the clothing? Go and buy some. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me, make sure you book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions, deep divers. And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Let's breathe. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Just remind yourself, deep divers, energy can never be destroyed, only transferred. A lot of people can remember that they've been here before. And it shows us that this thing never ends. That's the reason why you got to make today right for tomorrow to be better. Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Once again, deep divers, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation, and let me know how this video inspired you. Deep divers, one love, peace. Wow.